Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to talk a little bit about bracket repositioning and specifically how Straightsmile Solutions can help you with this. This is something we do all the time, and to me there's three different modes or ways that we can communicate about bracket repositioning. One of them is tip, one of them is vertical, and one of them is occlusal views. And when I work with you guys, whether it's synchronous or asynchronous, these are the different views we're going to be working with. And so, for example, we're going to ask you, of course, to take a progress x-ray, and we're going to look at your root positioning within the progress x-ray. We ideally want to have all the roots parallel. Now, sometimes you can get some funky distortion in the panoramic x-rays, so I always like to verify it clinically if something doesn't quite make sense. Then I always like to just double check and see if that makes sense. But I like to highlight the ones that I think are a problem. Obviously, if they're like way wonky, then that's a problem. But you know, the minor ones. And then also sometimes when you have, like say you have 8 and 9 or upper ones, sometimes when you go ahead and reposition to make the root better, sometimes it looks worse aesthetically. So it's something very minor, you might just want to leave it. But you know, it's just one thing you want to take in mind. The vertical ones, obviously we're looking, these are the clockwise, counterclockwise movements. These are the up-down movements. We got to look at gum line. We have to look at the bite. We have to look at symmetry. There's a lot of things we have to keep in mind. So, a situation like this, do we rebracket this gingivally and bring this down? Do we rebracket this incisively, bring this up? Obviously, I'm going to look at the symmetry in 7 and 10 or the upper twos, which clearly are off as well. So there's definitely a lot of vertical reposition that needs to be done in this case, as well as you can see on the lower, these should be the same height, unless you're planning to file it down, but that's a lot of files. Occlusally, we're going to ask you for photos of the upper and lower arch. Try to get 90 degrees to the occlusal plane as much as possible. It's also a good idea if you are able to take a scan and take screenshots. That's another way you can do it as well. Clearly this canine is a little bit rotated, probably needs to be repositioned mesially. Same thing with this one right here, probably needs to be repositioned a little bit distally. So this is how we go over rebracketing. Now remember, if you're using indirect bonding, you're probably not going to be having this problem because the brackets are going to be put on properly to begin with the first time. So I strongly recommend that all of you are not doing direct bonding. That is a mistake. Even a lot of orthodontists are moving towards indirect bonding just because we can't always stand on our heads and see things, that are way back there. We just have better outcomes when we do that, and it allows us to do multiple bondings at 4 p.m. on a Friday, because we can only be in one place at a time. So if we virtually approve the bonding ahead of time, then our assistant in most states can go ahead and do the bonding as long as we are there under direct supervision. Of course, consult your local dental practice act to make sure that's okay, but that's what most people do. So hopefully that's helpful. I just strongly recommend that you do consider using us for your bracket repositioning and to help you get better outcomes with your braces cases. All right, thanks so much.